Hello, this is Bonza, or known as XL, and this is going to be the Hamma-Hamma, and yeah, man, it's kind of a, pretty, interesting one, but, there are moments where I'm just like, okay, come on. Now, I've had some pretty good games with this mole suit, and I've had pretty, like, bad games with this mole suit. And the reason being is that, I was able to pull the 650 and the 600 versions of this mole suit. And I swear to God, I was able to pull it on the day when this basically came out. And I was having a really hard time using this mole suit. Just people just kept on rushing me, like rushing me and rushing me. And I think they were rushing me with like freaking raids, man, like non-stop, and I couldn't do a single thing about it. And ever since that, they have like some new raids that came out, like the Bawu and some other raids. This one just, I don't know, man. I just want to love it, but then I don't want to love it. Now, to put this in perspective, it just, I don't know, it just feels so goddamn freaking tall. I feel like goddamn freaking Slenderman when I'm using this mobile suit. But I swear to God, man, the melee of this mole suit is just amazing. And if this mole suit had a dodge roll or maneuver armor, this mole suit would have been like really exceptional. This would have been an absolute blast to use. And when you're using this mole suit, you have to use everything you have with it, except for one specific weapon, and you're gonna literally see it in action in certain moments, and you're just like, oh, that's why. Now this mole suit has really good ranged boost. Like, oh man, it's just juicy, man. When you land your 5,000 shot with your mega beam cannon, oh dude, that's so amazing, and it's so fun to use it. But ever since that, this is like high tier matches with 650 mole suits. These 650 mole suits would have like 20,000 health, or like 22,000, 24,000 health. They can add like some more things in there, and sometimes it's just like not enough. Look at there, almost like 5,000 damage right there, which is pretty damn easy. And as you can see, my pincers missed right there. And there are going to be a lot of moments when I want to do a really nice dope follow-up with the pincers, but the pincers it's just like a 50% chance that it's just going to land. And they really need to fix the goddamn freaking pincers on this mole suit. This is starting to feel like the goddamn freaking double Zeta like epic fails, and when they're using the double Zeta and the guy was using the Hamma-Hamma. And yeah, this mole suit is really solid stuff. And there are some things that I just wish this thing had a little bit more. Now, goddamn, it's really fun in certain moments, but I've had so many matches with this mole suit that I just had so many bad games with this thing. Like, it's just too many. And I could just use a lot of like 600 mole suits or 650 mole suits that would do an absolute better job than this mole suit. And using this mole suit, you have to be kind of like a mid-range to close range, sometimes long range. And the long range is basically the mega particle cannon, because you can highly recommend, like you can highly agree with me that it's a support, and it's gotta have at least one long range weapon, and the mega cannon is one of those long range weapons. Now at the specific moment, it's going to become 3 minutes, and I know I'm going to become the ace because I'm doing like significant damage. And one of our team members died right there, and one of our other team members on the left right there, he was getting freaking rushed. I did not want to get involved with 3 enemies, and you do not want to get 3v1 with this mole suit. You do not want to at all. And why do I say that? Like if someone literally disrupts your charge on this mole suit, you're absolutely fudged, and you have to like rely on a double pincer cannon that's going to stagger in a 50% chance. So I gotta take my chances to stay back, and I don't want to lose points for my team. Right over here, nice. Look at that, 5,000 damage, like in the shot, and I haven't even like upgraded the range boost on this mole suit. Look at that, you can destroy legs with this mole suit in long range, and it's really good. Like it's really good, but then, man, dude, there's just some things I just wish this thing had just a little bit more oomph, and a lot of players have a hard time using this mole suit. It's kind of like a really awkward one, and I understand it, and it's understandable. But man, dude, this thing, sometimes it can slap, and sometimes it can't, And right here, this mole suit is just a little bit, too whack. I couldn't even throw out the goddamn mines, because that would have been a perfect time for, that salad dressing to run into that good old-fashioned mines. And I had a pretty damn good score, but there's going to be a lot of videos in this specific, time. And man, a lot of these videos I do good, sometimes I do bad, sometimes I just can't do anything, because when you get disrupted in this mole suit, you cannot get disrupted. You have to literally go in. You have to go in really hard with this thing. And sometimes it's very, very hard to go in, because you have to fight up against Q-Blades, you have to fight up against Q-Blade Mark IIs, you have to fight Bao's, you have to fight Dresens, you have to fight, like Jelgoop J's, for 650s, and they're gonna pop some nice shots at you from a long range, and they basically have to chill with their team members. Is this a frontline mole suit? Hell no, it's not a frontline mole suit. But when you have the opportunity, when it's just a 1v1 situation, it can fight. So it's pretty damn solid stuff, and I like it. Now, man, oh man, this goddamn freaking beamlicious gun, man, it's just real nice stuff. Right over there, I was able to get that DJ right there. Good stuff. And what I really, understand about this mole suit is it's a beam mole suit. Everything you use is beams. It's beam related, except for the goddamn mines. And it's pretty damn trolly when players run into your mines. And it's good stuff, especially when you're trying to get out of a really bad engagement with, a group of enemies. But, there's a problem with this, and the mines just take a little bit too long to pop out of this mole suit. It just takes a little bit too long. The beam cannon on this mole suit is really good. It's got like a triangle type of beam attack right there, which is really, really cool, where you can basically land your beams pretty damn solid. And yeah, it's alright. This mole suit's, it's not gonna be a mole suit I'm gonna be using all the time. It's not gonna be like my pronto mole suit. Oh, I'm gonna use this immediately in this match. I can rely on this mole suit. And man, the beam saber of this mole suit is really amazing. It's almost got like the length of the beam saber of like that double Zeta, but the double Zeta's beam saber is just a little bit, I believe, a little bit longer. Right over here, I was getting, rushed by a raid, and you're gonna get rushed by raids non-stop in this mole suit, but you can paralyze players in certain moments. And right there, I used my double beams. That dude resisted because he had maneuver armor, and Yeah, solid stuff. One mobile suit that I would love to pull out in this account is a double Zeta, but in my other account I was able to pull it, so yeah, it's kind of like, you know. Now with this small suit, you have to stick with your team members. You have to, no matter what. You cannot, like, you cannot bust a one-man army with this small suit. If you bust a one-man army, you're just gonna lose points for your team, and then your team is gonna literally give you a whole goddamn freaking book, a whole story about how bad you are, and you're gonna be like, well, goddamn, I'm a support, man. What the hell you expect me to do? You know what I mean? And it's just like so goddamn freaking hilarious. But you know, man, did I say how much I love this mega beam cannon? It's just really, really nice. But you know, look at this. Sometimes you can rely on the pincer weapon, sometimes you cannot. And what I mean you cannot, it's just the misses. Like it misses, and you know, you just really can't go in for your combat in specific scenarios. It's like, god damn it, dude. I just wish that thing connected. You know, sometimes that would literally shoot right through a building, like your pincers would shoot right through the building and wouldn't hit the dude on the other side. I know it's realistic, but you know, they need to fix the whole diameter on the goddamn pincers. Pincers are pretty damn annoying in certain specific moments. And sometimes you can literally be under a bridge, the pincers literally shoot under the bridge and it doesn't hit the opponent. You can literally shoot the pincers, you know, at, you know, one of those big old flying rockets, like in port base, and like the pincers would hit the port base thing. I'm just like, what? Come on. And sometimes, you know, at port base you can literally use the pincers, and the pincers would literally hit the pipes above you and wouldn't hit your enemy opponent. The pincers are just so goddamn freaking pain in the ass. But you know, it can work. You know, the pincers can work. You have to literally make sure you are in an open area. Basically, to use the pincers, you have to use it in an open area. And majority of the time, you know, you're barely going to be in these open area situations. Right over here, you know, even if I was in an open area, it leaves me absolutely open. You know what I mean? And when I'm absolutely open, I literally have to freaking goddamn booty clap and pray to God these pincers are going to save me at that specific scenario. You know, I just wish the pincers had a little bit more chase, like a little bit more chase factor, just like the Cubelace funnels. The Cubelace funnels, you can like literally lock on and the funnels ain't going to fail you. You know, it's not gonna fail you like all the time. I've had a match where the pincers literally failed me 8 times. Literally 8 times in this whole freaking entire match. And I was just so frustrated with these pincers. I'm not sure if it was 8 times or 6 times, but it just it's kind of a pain in the ass using the goddamn pincers. But everything about this also is just, you know, legit. And the beam sword, oh man, the double melee on this most just makes it an absolute freaking devastating feeling, especially when you catch the enemy off guard and they look at you like, oh, it's a support, and you know, hey, this support's got 2 melees. You know what I mean? That's amazing. I love the 2 melee factor that they literally throw in specific supports. Right there, you see, if I only had 1 melee swing, right there, if I only had 1 melee swing, I could have only done one thing right there and not finished the dude off. But the second melee is what made it really, really nice. It made it really, really effective when you're trying to do a nice finisher off a dude. And not only that, the melee, I think one swing does like around 2,600 per swing, especially when you're landed on a general, and the general really can't do two things about it, and it's really savage stuff. Right over here, I was basically going 1v1 with a Mark II, which is amazing. Then I was able to catch this man, really nice stuff, going in for the melee, got attacked by the side, tried to do whatever I can to, fight back, and, you can fight frontally. That's what is so amazing with this Mosu. If there is ever a dude who ever rushed you, you have a fighting chance with this support. You know what I mean? Like, you got your beam, your beam gun that shoots like 5 beams or 6 beams out of your hand. Sometimes you can go for 9 if you can time it right, and it's really savage stuff, especially when you're, laying down fire over and over and over again. Look at this. You see, the beam was able to shoot 5 times right there, but, if I timed it right, I could have shot it many times, like many times. It's really, really nice stuff. And as I can see, there's basically a Q-blade trying to land his shots on me. I was trying to go in, head on with this Mosu. Especially when you're using this Mosu and in a, compact area, this thing, it's pretty damn savage. I like it when it's in a compact area. But if there's shit above you, you cannot rely on the pincers, because it's going to shoot the things above you. This pincer is going to shoot goddamn freaking mountains. These pincers are going to shoot, your team members, And the thing is that the pincer shoots on the left and the pincer shoots on the right. You know what I mean? If one of those pincers hit, it's not going to even guarantee a hit. There are moments when your pincer just misses, and then the other one doesn't miss, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass, because when you actually land it, the other one doesn't even stagger. You need to have like both of your pinchers to literally stagger the dude. Once like one pincer can stagger a dude, but that's only if the enemy opponent is getting staggered by a lot of enemy players. And as you can see, this is a match where I was getting, rushed. I was literally getting rushed right here as a support. And another problem with this Mosu is the boost. This Mosu has, oh man, I feel like it's only got a little bit of boost, and I have to rely on that little bit of boost 100% of the time. That Keyblade was smart. He evaded my mines on this Mosu. Really good, solid stuff. And it's really nice when you're doing follow with a pincher, and then you go for your beam cannon, then you could go for your hand beams, which is really, really cool. Like your arm beam cannon, which is really awesome when you literally slap a dude and you're literally doing a nice finisher on a dude like that on the floor, which it just gives a nice satisfying flavor, which I love about this game. Oh man, but man, oh man, I've had so many bad games with this Mosu. Just so many hard games. And look at this, hilarious. You can use pincers on a enemy player. And look at this problem right here. It was ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. My pincers couldn't even hit an enemy player who was trying to, take our base area. And that's a very big problem, you know what I mean? Like, the pincers are not, like, absolutely accurate. Like, it's it's so annoying, like, it's so annoying when it just doesn't land. You know what I mean? But when it lands, man oh man, it just makes them stagger real nice. And I was getting attacked on the side, and the problem with this Mosu is that you have to literally, stay with your team members, but your team members are just so busy out there doing doing things and not protecting his support. That man was basically triggered. Look at the length of that beam saber. Look at the length of that beam saber of that double Zeta. That beam saber can basically reach any freaking mobile suit. Same as the Zeta Gundam 2 with its beam bayonet. And man oh man, if I had to rate this mole suit, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I'm basically giving it points for its, really, really nice damage output. And, I'm giving it points for, its HP. And it's got, substantial amount of HP. But, I'm gonna give it, negative points because it's kind of like a really awkward tall target. As you can see, I went for the pincers, but my pincers did not connect right there. And it's just going to be like a lot of those moments. It's just like the pincers is what makes this small suit just not workable. I mean, it's just real hard in certain engagements. If you want to be a pro player, you just gotta know, man. The pincers are kind of like, ugh. Now another thing is that it's got a shield. You know what I mean? Like, it's got a shield. Wouldn't it be able to protect you from damage? Like, come on, wouldn't the shield be able to protect you from a dude trying to shoot you on like a left flank? And I don't understand how this mole suit's got like a tri-beam, shield, and yet it doesn't have, a shield type of thing. I'm just like, okay, it's kind of awkward. And the Bao's got a shield and it's got a tri-beam, so it just kind of doesn't make any sense. Look at this, it's a huge shield. Wouldn't that make it like at least a smaller medium shield on this mole suit? And then the boost is just, I just wish it had more boost. And I just wish it had maneuver armor on these. Now I'm trying to go in, I'm trying to go for, that beams and this and that. And the only weapon I had to rely on is the beam cannon right there. And the thing is like the beam handgun, it just recharges a little bit too slow when it basically overheats. So you have to wait for like a while for it to literally, pop out, do some really, really nice follow-ups with this motor. And I was basically ignoring the guy behind me. I was just like, I'm out of boost. I cannot freaking get out of this guy's situation. My boost finally came up, and then, I'm just getting stabbed to death from behind. And another negative point is, this is a very, very tall target. I mean, like, it's a very, very tall target, and you're going to get shot at a lot. Your body is going to stick like halfway if you're like trying to hide behind a rock. And yeah, but it's got some benefits. And the legs, I rarely have ever been able to, get my legs broken with this Mosin because of how wide and thin the legs are. And I believe that's a really, really nice benefit with this small suit. And it's got some really, really nice flaws. It's got some really nice stuff. But, you just have to come in with a Slenderman mentality. You just have to tell them that you're the most tallest dude in the block. Right there, the backswing was supposed to be able to literally knock me out, of that Zeta, but, I was able to fluke it real nice and get him out of that engagement. Now, when you're using this mole suit in space, it's pretty good. You know, as you can see, I was able to get a really nice score with this mole suit. But man, there's just some things in this mole suit that it can't compete against a lot of these high tier mobile suits. You know, like by the time you stagger the dude, there's going to be another dude who's going to stagger him. And right there, as you can see, the beam pincer was aimed at him, but only one pincer like struck him, and basically the pincer basically landed on top of the mountain. Now the beam cannon right there is another benefit, and it's a really nice benefit. It pierces through opponents, so you know sometimes you can literally shoot a dude and the dude doesn't see you coming, and yeah, really nice savage stuff. As you can see, it's really good in close combat. And there was basically a lot of our guys over there in the front line. I was trying to stay away from that raid, but the raid was like getting really nice, really good attacks on me, dude. He's just whipping us like we were literally on the freaking pole, and he was just literally whipping us to death with that Cubile Mark II. And the Cubile Mark II is a very dangerous mobile suit. It's so good. It's so good, man. Just like the Cubile, they're freaking phenomenal. Like, I'd rather use a Cubile than using this unreliable pincer goddamn freaking mole suit. You know, every single time when I'm literally going into a 650 match or an unrestricted match, and I see this mole suit, I'm like, alright, I want to use this mole suit, but I'm going to need to, like, hopefully be able to rely on the pincers. And the pincers just, goddamn, when it lands, look at that, nice. And the thing is that the pincers should be 100%, like it has to be 100% guaranteed it's going to strike an opponent. You know what I mean? Like, an opponent's going to literally, you know, drift so fast by, the pincer's going to lock on him, and the pincers are not going to be able to hit him, and he's out in the open. You know what I mean? Like, come on. That's the problem with this goddamn freaking mobile suit. But, you know, it's just kind of a love and hate relationship with this thing, and yeah, man, really hard stuff using this thing. But when you make it work, oh man, really fun. And then the GBO2 right there, you know, that thing does, you know, really nice damage, and its rockets are, you know, 100% literally reliable. Even its back rockets are highly reliable. As you can see, this man right here, he was trying to go for a melee on this also, and as you can see, it's a fighter. You know, it can fight back, and it's kind of have like the double melee that the C1 just absolutely needed, and it's got like flight, so that's what makes the C1 like a really nice, really phenomenal type of, you know, mobile suit. And the C1 basically, you know, it's got flight mode. Doesn't want to support with flight mode. And in this specific mobile suit, you know, what you got double swings, but you got a, you know, a stagger weapon that's just highly unreliable in certain moments. And god, man, there are so many moments, but I'm just like, I'm going so clutch with this mobile suit, and the pincers don't even land. And I'm just like, come on, what a pain. I'm trying to go for the pincers. And look at that, the pincers don't even land. I'm telling you, I'm not BSing. And that's the thing that just makes this mole suit just really, really highly unreliable. You know, if the pincers were able to land in that specific moment, I would have been able to go in there and do a finisher on that man. You know what I mean? And man, it's just every little second on a mole suit counts. Going in, staggered the ace with one of my beautiful beam guns. Beautiful catch with the ace. Nice finisher right there. Beautiful catch. And the crazy thing is that it's a Cubelay Mark II that's just literally kicking ass. And that guy is Zombie Dragon. He is no joke. He's a really good player. He's a pretty damn legit player. I've like fought against him many times in these matches, and I've seen him be able to get a couple of times an ace. And yeah, he's a very nice, aggressive player. Right over here, I was trying to get a really, really effective launch on my beams. Couldn't shoot him because he dodged out of that situation. I was getting attacked by a Cubelay and boom. You know what I mean? That's the reason why, you know, this is very, very hard to use, because you get attacked by really, really fast raids in this, you know, high tier matchmaking. And you can get attacked by, you know, a G3 Gundam that's 650. You know, you get attacked by a lot of 650 raids. I haven't been able to unlock a lot of them, but there are a couple out there that just do a tremendous amount of booty whipping. And you know, it's just like, man, it's really hard stuff. Right over there, was able to land my beautiful pincers that are, you know, highly unreliable. It was like when I was looking at that man, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a 50% chance that this beam gun is going to land. Alright, right over here, try to go for the melee. Beautiful. Nice. Wanted to take that man out. We were only on a time limit, and I was basically getting rushed as a support. But you know, since this support basically has a lot of HP, you can literally take hits. Look at that. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? The pincers weren't able to at least strike from the dude behind. You mean, like, ain't this a goddamn freaking advanced robot? Wouldn't the pincers literally, you know, go around the goddamn freaking mountain and shoot him from behind? And you know, the left pincer couldn't even connect. You know what I mean? The right pincer obviously hit the mountain. Oh man, this mole suit, man. Really horrible game right there. And yeah, I've had some pretty bad games, but you know, that last game was just really bad. And as you can see, look at the boost. I was like, I literally spam support me. I literally spam support me. And I was getting already rushed with this mole suit. And look at that, a miracle that the beam, you know, pincers did not hit the buildings right there. Trying to get out of this engagement. These guys are rushing. They are rushing me because they know that this thing does not have dodge roll. It does not have maneuver armor. And boom, dead. And I even literally spam support me at the very beginning of the match, and that just shows a lot of the players in this game just doesn't really give two cahoots. But you know, when I see a dude who literally says support me, I'm always there, dude. I'm always gonna go over there and try to go over there and support you. But you know, I would just basically, you know, a needle that was just thrown in a whole like pit of fire of guys right there, and I was just literally a hot burning needle that's just going to literally melt through ice. Now right over here, try to go to a really nice pincer. Pincer was able to land right there. Okay, doing some nice damage. That's what I love about this mole suit, the switch damage of this thing. If this mole suit had its pincers like literally on point, like literally on point 100% of the time, I would just absolutely love this mole suit. I would literally give this mole suit a 10 out of 10, but I'm not gonna give this mole suit a 10 out of 10 until they literally, fix the goddamn freaking pincers, because the pincers just really get on my nerve. Right over here, I was getting rushed by a Zeta, and I could not even escape out of that. Look at that crazy dolphin dive of that Cubile. He drove that freaking tri-beam up my face, and I wasn't ready for it. And another problem with this mole suit is that, it just feels slightly slow, but slightly fast. I don't say this mole suit is really fast, but as you can see in this map, I could even barely escape. And if it was someone else in my situation, they would have tried to run away, but they would have not been able to do that much damage. Now, it's crazy, man. Really inefficient boost, and I have to deal with this most with its inefficient boost. I have to time my boosts in certain scenarios. Now, using this mole suit in space, its boost sometimes is just not sufficient enough to do some really nice effective damage. And the pincers have the same problem on the ground. The pincers is going to literally hit the materials above it, or in front of it, or on debris, and it's just it's kind of like a pain in the ass. But over here, I'm trying to go after this Zeta guy. And the thing is that you're gonna get, outperformed by Zetas and their melees, because there's a 650 Zeta now, yeah. And yeah, there's always going to be a leveled up mole suit. Later on, there's going to probably be a 700 version of this mole suit, and 700 cost mole suit of this I wouldn't want. Like, I wouldn't want a 700 cost of this mole suit. If I did get a 700 cost, I would be pretty untriggered. Like, goddamn, inefficient. Look at this. Why didn't the beam go behind the enemy player? Why did it hit the materials? Why did it hit the bridge? Like, goddamn. Try and go for the beam again. Let's see if I land this. Land. Couldn't land. He was trying to dodgeball out of the situation. And by the time I literally locked on an opponent with the beams, it just takes a little bit too long for it to stagger a opponent. And the opponent is going to literally lock his beam gun on you, which is going to instantly shoot me. And this beam, like, goddamn freaking thing is just really bad. Look at that. I was like, goddamn, why didn't it lock on? And I jumped down, didn't have any boost, and it's really hard. It's really slow to use this mole suit. Can you get first place with this mole suit? Yeah, you can, but you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle a lot with this mole suit. A lot. And I was able to get second and third place, but it's just completely 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna give it anything higher until he freaking fixes goddamn pincers, because it just feels like like the developers are just trying to troll me with these goddamn pincers. Like, these pincers are so goddamn trolly that I'm just like, Oh man. And the thing is that isn't it a support, like wouldn't the pincers have long range? You know, like that doesn't make any sense. You know, like why do I have to go close range to use these goddamn pincers? Right there, the left one got him, but the right one didn't. And you know, that's the thing. You know, sometimes one of your pincers can literally land on an opponent and it's not going to even hurt them. And look at that. Pincers literally hit the goddamn bridge. Like sometimes I just wish I was like tall like goddamn Godzilla to finally get a really nice, you know, like edge on opponents. I wish I was a little bit more taller. Is that kind of like a messed up type of thing? And look at this. I think I was trying to go for the pincers again, and that barely did anything. It didn't even like stagger that thing. Tried to go for the weapon right here, and yeah. I don't know, man. I'm I've been trying to use the small suit, but it's not my thing. You know, maybe some other people might like it, but you know, nah, I'm not gonna use this that much. But you know, I'll try in certain moments. See y'all later. Take care.